Hey everybody, it's Mike. Got a couple messages for today that I thought about and I prayed about, and I think are going to resonate with some people out there right now and what everybody's going through. But the two messages I want to talk about today are priority and truth. And what I want to talk about is I really feel like what's going on in this country right now, with all the different things going on. I mean, there's so much with the the P Diddy stuff going on with all his parties and all his um, entertainers and sports figures and politicians and everybody who's involved with him and all the stuff that's going to be coming out about that. Um, all the stuff that's coming out about, our government not helping the hurricane victims and regular people having to step up and donate things and even things like helicopters. And I mean, it's crazy, regular people have to go and do the government's job because they're not helping out with these hurricane victims. um, I think that that's all part of kind of the truth as to what's really going on in this country. And it's sad. It's sad. Add something else into that. Something I'm kind of going through is, there's all these like weight loss medications out there that you can get on, and I know a lot of you know from watching my podcast that I've gained a lot of weight by being placed on unnecessary medications by some doctors for the past couple years that have made me gain a significant amount of weight. And what's so frustrating is there are medications out there that are available, to use that people use um, with other plans other than mine, because my health insurance just sucks, I guess. Other people have health insurance that it covers it, but they can get on drugs like Ozempic or Zepbound or um, a couple other different names, Wegovy, just different shots and stuff. Basically, drugs that doctors know work to help you lose weight and feel better and get down to a healthier version of yourself. And with all this weight loss, with all this weight gain I've had, I wanted to lose some weight, so I went to my doctor, and of course they've been, submitting authorizations to the insurance company, and they keep denying everything. They just keep denying it, denying it, denying it, denying it, denying it, and basically. That's another, kind of truth, out there of what I'm talking about with what's going on with this country. You know, um, Here you have a drug that helps someone become healthy. But what does the insurance company not want? And what does the drug company not want? And what does, some doctors not want? They don't want healthy people because when you have a healthy person, they don't need to go and get prescriptions. They don't need to go and spend money. They don't need to go to the hospitals and the doctor visits where insurance companies make money on all that stuff. They don't need to do that stuff because they're healthy. So that's why these plans exclude medication that actually works. It actually works. So what you have to do is you have to go and you have to have money because nothing's cheap. So you go to one of these third party companies that makes a generic form of the drug and charges an exorbitant amount of money, to pay for it out of pocket. Everything's out of pocket in addition to paying for your insurance and everything else. But that's something that you got to do too if you want to take care of yourself. So it's like people I feel bad for are people who have absolutely no shot at getting any of this stuff, who are in the same position where they've gained weight through no fault of their own, through being misdiagnosed and through being given medication that they did not need, and they gained all this weight, you know? Um, Kind of like I heard some lady who got misdiagnosed. They said she had cancer, but she turns out she never had cancer, and she had to go through chemotherapy and all this stuff, and it was crazy. And it's like I wonder who's, who what lawyer she's getting, But it's like this is the healthcare system that we live in. The healthcare system does not want you healthy. The healthcare system wants you unhealthy. So you need them, and you need to keep spending your money on them. If they had it their way, they'd give everybody cancer because they make money on cancer. And they're not gonna sit back. They're probably not even gonna deny it. They like it. They love it because they get paid. It's all about money. It's all about profit. This is the truth that I'm talking about. That really needs to come out in America. The real truth of the healthcare system. The real truth of what happened to the money from FEMA. Why don't they have money? Where did that money go? It's an election year. I get it. The election's coming up in less than a month. I get it. So is that why we're not finding out the answer in terms of what happened to the FEMA money? And is that why we don't have the resources to be able to send people to North Carolina to help them out in these areas where they need desperate help from the federal government? Why aren't we doing it? Why isn't anybody talking about it? Well, that's another truth. We got the media. We got the media, and who runs the media? The Democratic Party. You know, other than Fox News, who always reports the truth, always talks about God and Jesus and all the right things on there. And it's funny, the Democratic media never wants to talk about God. They never want to talk about Jesus. Makes you wonder, like, who's really running everything? Is it a good spirit or is it an evil spirit? What's behind these people and all these corporations making all these decisions that don't take care of people? It's just all about greedy corporate profits. You know? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's about keeping us enslaved into their system so that we can't get out of the box. But you know what? What's happening is everything is backfiring on them because we're in a new age. We're not in the industrial revolution anymore. Those days are over. We're in the digital age where everybody has the capability to tell a news story from the pocket of their shorts. All they got to do is pull out their phone and hit record and start telling their story about how they get screwed and how the government's screwing them and how the healthcare system's screwing them. This is the truth. This is the sad truth, but it's the truth. And, you know, there are people who say this election is the most important election of our lifetimes. And I'm not going to say it's not important, you know, and I'm not going to say who you should vote for because everybody needs to figure that out on their own. But what I will say is something I heard in a video that I watched earlier today from a priest who was doing a talk um, about Joe Biden and about him being a real Catholic, and talked about 5 different topics of how he basically is not a Catholic and how he doesn't support Catholics, but he wants to go and shake hands with Catholics and try to get the Catholic vote. This was back in the election. The talk I watched was prior to his election, the 4 years ago when he got elected into office. But something I heard in that video that struck a chord with me was this. He said, "No one running for public office is the solution to what's ailing America. Only God is." Think about that. No one running for public office is the solution to what's ailing America. Only God is. God is the only one that can fix everything. And, it even says that He will. It's in the Bible. If you look in the Old Testament, um, in 2 Chronicles 7:14, it says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land." He will heal their land. You can take that any way you want. But that's telling me right there that the answer to the problems in this country, from everything from healthcare to the politics to the political system to the media to the music industry to everything, the answer is God. So this is where priority kicks in. The second message is priority. And we talked about truth and the bitter truth of the world and the cold, hard facts. You know, nobody wants you rich because they have no control over you if that happens. Nobody wants you healthy because then you don't go and pay the healthcare system all your money. It's all rigged, man. That's the truth we talked about. But the priority is all about putting God first. And I think all these things that we're starting to experience, the P Diddy thing, the hurricanes, the second hurricane that's coming, God knows what else is going to be coming, because He does. I think this is like a wake up call for everybody. I've never seen as many people on social media pray and say, I just want to keep people in my prayers and I just want to keep them in my thoughts. And I just want to, say a prayer for the people in Florida and pray for the people in North Carolina and pray for this and pray for that and pray for this. Like, it's great. This is great. This is what we need. We need everybody to pray. We need everybody to turn to God. We need everybody to go and find God and talk to Him and pray with Him and ask Him to fix our problems that we have here, because God knows He can do it. He can fix all this craziness, all these people that think they're in control of you, that are the top 1%, that control all these companies and control the world, think that they have it all and think that they can do whatever they want to do and say whatever they want to say and live how they want to live. Well, those days are over if we can just find God and we can ask God to fix it. Fix it. Please, I pray, fix it. Fix all this. If you're someone who's overweight out of no fault of your own, who's tried to fast, who's tried to exercise, who's tried to eat one meal a day, who's tried to starve themselves, who's tried to go on diet after diet, and you can't lose weight, why on earth would your insurance company say you can't have a weight loss medication that is actually going to help you? It is going to solve the problem. We can solve the problem of obesity in this country if insurance companies would just approve these medications and let their patients take them. We can solve the problem of obesity, right? Just like I'm sure we can probably solve cancer too. But they don't want to let that cat out of the bag because that's like the Cadillac. That makes all the money, all the treatments on that. It's ridiculous. But God knows this. See, because you got to remember, God sees everything. He sees everything. And it's just like now, like, it just seems like everything's starting to be exposed. Everything, the wool is starting to be pulled back from our eyes. And we're starting to see the world for what it really is. And we're starting to be open to new ways of doing things and getting along and just, you know, we just need people to find God. He will fix everything. He will fix you. You need to just what it says right here. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. So it's a couple things we got to do. We got to humble ourselves. We got to pray. We got to seek God's face. And we got to turn from our wicked ways and all of our jealousy and all of our enviousness and all of our hate and all of our just despicable thoughts and feelings and the way we treat each other. We need to get rid of all that. Get rid of all our wicked ways. You see somebody out there who's successful, that lives in a big house, be happy for them. They probably earned it. They probably worked hard for it. You know? Maybe you could learn something from them. If you went and knocked on their door and said, "Hey, can you teach me what you know?" You know? Don't hate them. You know? Don't hate them. They still wear pants the same way you do, and they put one foot in, and they put one leg in, and the other leg in. Put them on the same way you do. They still sleep. They still lay down in bed at night. Probably a different bed, but it. You don't need to hate. You don't need to be envious. You don't need to be jealous, and you need to stop idolizing the wrong people who stand for the wrong things. You're about to learn about a whole bunch of them who were involved with this P Diddy madness. People you thought were people that you wanted to be like and emulate. And the fact of the matter is there's only one person in this world that you should want to try to be like, and that's Jesus. That's Jesus. If you would just try, like I say in all my other podcasts, just try to live your life and be like Jesus. Man, what an amazing planet this could be. I guarantee the hate would disappear. So would the enviousness, so would the jealousy, so would the bigotry, and so would the hate. All of it would be gone. I mean, that's like Martin Luther King. He had a dream. That's like the same thing. God has a dream. He has a dream that every single person in this country, on this earth, will turn back to Him and humble themselves and pray and seek his face and turn from their wicked ways. And then he'll hear from heaven and he'll forgive their sins and he will heal their land, heal this country, fix everything. Because that's what's needed. Everything that we know is broken. It's all broken. It's been broken. And it's because there are people out there who are evil demons who want to control everything. They want to own everything. And they want to control everything, including you. And they will, as long as we, the people, allow them to do it. When you got God fighting your battles for you, you don't have to fight. We don't have to go and set up picket lines and protests and marches and whatever, speeches and all that. We don't have to do any of that. All we have to do is believe in God, and collectively, as a country, as a world, we pray together to fix everything and heal everything. That's all we need to do. He will take care of everything else. It's really as simple as that. It's not hard. You just have to have faith. You have to have trust. And you have it. We all have the Spirit right here in your heart. It's love. It's love. Love trumps hate. It does. It beats it every time. God has already defeated the devil. He knows how to do it. But we need to get together and collectively believe and pray and ask and seek and be humble and turn from our wicked ways. And if you screw up, it's okay. It's okay to screw up, because all you got to do is go back to him and apologize and say you're sorry and ask for forgiveness again. And he'll forgive you again. He'll forgive your sins. I just don't know why it's so hard for people to just get their heads out of their asses and realize that the most important thing is God. The most important thing is God. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Some people are scared to say the truth. They're worried about what people are going to say, or how people are going to react, or, you know, what's going to come of stuff. And, I just don't care. Maybe I'm the right messenger. Maybe I'm maybe I'm the right messenger for God. That's why I deliver these messages, because I've been called to do it. I've been called to deliver these messages to people because I'm not worried about what people are going to say about me. Because I know that these messages that I deliver come from my heart, which come from the Spirit, which come from God. And if I'm given a message to deliver, then I'm going to deliver it. And this is what needed to be said today. And I really hope that out of all my other videos, that this is the one that people look at and say, maybe this guy's right. Maybe it's not about if Trump wins or if Kamala wins. Maybe it's about God. Maybe all this that's going on in this country is meant to be a wake up call from God to say it's time to wake up, everybody, and humble yourselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from your wicked ways. It's not asking a lot. It's not. It's all you got to do. And if we all just do it, even if half of us, even if half of the country does it, think of the impact we'll have. And you don't think God has the power to change things? You don't think He can change the weather? You don't think He can change hurricanes? He creates everything. He can do whatever He wants to do. He could make it snow everywhere tomorrow if He wanted it to. God controls everything. And He is the secret to everyone having a level playing field and everyone having opportunities to move up and earn more money and be more successful and have a better calling on your life and enjoy more freedom and not have to work so much. He is the answer. He's the answer to everything. To feeling better about yourself, to getting rid of your mental health problems, enjoying your family, enjoying your free time. We weren't meant to be slaves our entire lives so we could live the last 10 in a nursing home. That's not what God intended. That's not what He wants us to do. That's not who He wants us to be. He wants us to make a difference, all of us, in our own special, unique way. Everybody has talents, and He will bless you if you just let Him. He will show you what your talent is. It may be something completely different than you even think of what you're doing right now. But you never know until you talk to Him and you allow Him to show you. You just need to open up your eyes and see, and open up your ears and listen. He's out there and He wants you. He wants you to talk to Him. He wants you to ask Him to dance. He wants to be your Father, even if you don't have one, like me. He wants to be there for you unconditionally. to love you and support you in any way he can. And this is for every single person, every kid, every teenager, every young adult, everybody in every age range. God is for you. And the younger you are when you get him, the more further along you're going to be in your journey when you get older. Every day is exciting. Every day is an adventure. Every day is fun. Every day is happy. Every day is filled with joy. That's how it should be. That's how God wants you to live your life. He doesn't want you to live in misery and despair and just, worry and anxiety and all that. That's the devil. The devil wants you to live in that. He's the one that puts the thoughts in your head that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, and people don't like you. He's the one that does that to you. And the people that do that to you, they're demons too. They have demons in them. And if they seek God, God will help them fight their own demons. But they got to do it. They got to want to do it. Everybody's got to want to do it. It's an individual thing. Takes time, takes work, takes patience, but everybody's got to do their part if you want to make a difference. Please share this video. It's a very important video for people to see. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. I appreciate it. God bless everyone. God bless everyone, truly. He just wants you to come home to him. Go home to God. I love y'all.